Hello there, beautiful soul. Welcome to my channel. So did you think I was going to be here today and talk again? I didn't. And it was really amazing because it's only his love that keeps this channel alive. It's not my love. It's not my desire to do this. It's actually his prompting. So I really dedicate this to Satya Sai Baba. And I was talking to him this morning, because talking to him really always brings clarity to me, and it always makes me happy and peaceful. So I was talking to him, and I'm going to read out what our conversation was about, because it was really amazing and it blew my mind. I was asking questions that I had on my mind a lot of times, and I think that you have those questions on your mind as well. And so I do a lot of automatic writing with him in the mornings, and it brings so much peace into my life when I do that. It brings peace into the questions that are in my head. And that's what happened this morning too, and it blew my mind what kind of answers I got. So just lay back now, listen to the questions, listen to the answers. And in the end, it was 7 questions that I got and I asked, and the answers. So here we go. First question. So I was asking Swami, is so-and-so my twin flame? And I was asking him, so is he my twin flame? Swami's answer was, it will be revealed one day. Until then, don't bother thinking this question. You will keep going back and fro. You will be in a state of confusion if you pursue this question. Leave it to me. So if you guys have this question on your mind, if any of you are thinking and asking God, are thinking and asking your guides, is so-and-so my twin flame? That is the answer for you. Let go of that question, because that question doesn't serve you. That question keeps that confusion state in your mind, perpetuating and being, you will never get out of the confusion if you ask this question. So leave this question aside. Act as though they were your twin flame, or act as though they weren't your twin flame. It doesn't matter, because now will come some more questions to clarify what I'm saying. So the next question, question 2, is, does this person, my twin flame, who I perceive to be my twin flame, love me? Answer of Swami was, what do you feel? Do you love him? If yes, is asking this question real love? Can you go so deep into your love so that this question dissolves and you are content with your own pure, innocent, sweet love for them? And that just blew my mind as well. I get the angel bumps again when I read this out, because we keep asking, do they love me? Is the behavior showing me that they love me? What do you say, God? Do they? And that doubt, again, it's a doubt. And it's all about, those questions are all about doubts, right? So asking question always shows that you are in some kind of a doubt. So does this person love you? Ask yourself, do you love this person? Do you love this person? And by asking this question, do they love you? You are not deep in your love. If you were deep in your love, loving them, dwelling on your love for them, you would not ask this question, because it wouldn't make any difference. Because if you fully love a person deeply, you will always be okay with whatever is going on with them. And if you go even deeper into that love, you will know that they love you, because everything and everybody is connected with love. And we all, at the deepest level of our being, love each other, even though it looks otherwise outside. And we have wars against each other. We fight against each other. We hate each other. But in the depth of our soul, we are in love with everybody. And it's about going deep into that love in your soul. Next question. Third question. Will he ever come forward? Swami's answer, he will only come forward if I prompt him to. So your twin flame will only come forward if God prompts them to come forward to you. And actually, God is holding them back. So I love you dearly, and all I want is your best. And that's God telling you, I love you dearly, my sweetheart. And all I want is your best. I want you to be at peace and happy. It is easier for you right now to attain peace and happiness if this person is not in your life right now. So because, the fact that your twin flame, or the one who you think your twin flame is not in your life, is because this brings more peace and more happiness into your life. Even though you feel in turmoil, you feel suffering, but the suffering would be even more if they were in your life. It's easier for you right now to attain peace and happiness. So that shall be what you are aiming at, attaining peace and happiness instead of attaining, something with that person. Believe and trust that if this person were to move forward to you now, at this point in time, you would be in even more confusion, turmoil, and unhappiness. Believe that God is really by your side. God really wants your best, even though it seems otherwise. But the thing is that your ego is the one that is bringing all that suffering. Your ego is telling you that the situation isn't right, or your twin flame isn't acting right, or whatever. But actually, everything is right. Everything is happening at the right time, in the right situation, in the right way. Believe that. That's God's love. Your ego is looking out for some little tight, weird love. But that's not what you want. You want God's love. You want God to really prompt your life, prompt your twin flame to come forward. You don't want your ego or their ego to move them forward, do you? You want God to move them forward towards you. And God is waiting for the right time to put this person back into your life. So I was saying then, so why, if I love him and he loves me, would that be so that it brings unhappiness and turmoil into my life when my twin flame would come towards me right now? So Swami says, because neither you nor them are ready. How can that be, is me asking again. You are still unsteady in your mind, so your love is once affection and once hatred. So hatred is a strong word. You might want to choose another word. I mean, sometimes you're in affection, sometimes you're pushing them away again because it's too painful, right? And that's what your mind is unsteady. That's the problem in this whole equation. Your mind is the problem. Your unsteadiness in your doubts and your fears. That's the unsteadiness of your mind. Fear is prompting your mind to go this way. And then again, you are in affection and you are in trust. And then again, you are back in doubt. So that's your mind. That's not what's really supposed to be this way, right? You can train your mind to be focused. So I asked was, but I'm sure right now. So how can that be? You are still unsteady in your mind. So that once it's love and once it's hatred, and the same applies to them. So your twin flame is in that confusional state as well. And you must understand that you are in confusion too. It's not just your DM or your twin flame or however you call them. You are the one confused here. You're the one confused. That's why you're watching twin flame readings. That's why trying to find some information out there, online, wherever, because you are not deep in your trust and faith. So they are not sure about you and you're not sure about them. So the more sure you become, the more sure they can become. But I am sure right now, Swami, that's what I said. Yes, right now, but ask yourself, look at the past months. How many times were you unsure? Or even look at just the past week. How many times did your mind jump back and forth between yes and no, yes and no? Become steady in your love first. Go back to question 2. And question 2 was about becoming steady in your love, going deep in your love. So then we come to question 4. Will we ever be in physical union? Swami says, first, ask yourself, what do you believe union is? Well, being together physically in a relationship is union. That's what I said. And that's what most of you think. That's not union, Swami says. That's not union. That is physically being together in a relationship. And that can be steady or unsteady. That can last 2 days, 4 weeks, 1 year, and then Goody says, well, if we were in a relationship, wouldn't we stay in it? Swami says, only if your mind is steadily set on love without a doubt, without slipping. Union actually is union with God. Being fully in the realization that God and you are inseparable, and that means love and you are inseparable. And that means God realization, realizing God is everywhere. God is within you, beside you, below you, above you, within your twin flame, everywhere. That's God realization. That's realizing that you are God, actually, because you and God are one. So what are you then? God. First, educate yourself about God realization. So I don't know if you have come across those realized masters. There are a lot of them out there. A lot of them have lived. And I'm not going to name any one of those, because you can just, type in God realization into YouTube, and then you'll find a lot of, realized souls. And then really, discernment is important. Listen and watch what you see, and then ask yourself, is that what I need? Is that the right one? Is that God realization? What is God realization? So that's all up to you. And what is it? Being happy under all circumstances, that's God realization. Taking everything as a blessing, that's God realization. Being in equanimity and pleasure and pain, struggle and happiness, that shall be your goal, and that will extinguish this question. So being in equanimity, taking pleasure and pain alike, and not being disturbed by pain, just being equanimity, that's what God realization is, and that's what will bring happiness to your life, and that's what will, extinguish all the questions on your mind about your twin flame journey. Question 5. What is my twin flame doing now? Swami asks then, why are you asking this? I'm saying, okay, because I want to know where they are at, so that I understand their behavior towards me, and to get a conclusion about how long it will take if they move forward. So Swami says, so those are many desires at once. First of all, to understand their behavior, you must understand your own behavior. Do you understand that at all? And then I say, well, yes, of course I understand my behavior. Then Swami says, are you sure about that? Why are you doubting this and believing? Why are you doubting this day and believing the other? Why are you in that mode of confusion all the time? Do you understand that? Then I say, well, because my twin flame is acting weird. That's why I'm in doubt. And then I believe, and then I'm in doubt. And Swami says, no, that's not why. Your mind is unsteady. You are not focused on what truly would help you to be in union. Union is union with God, he says again, because that is the truth. Union is union with God. By the way, you are not focused on surrendering to God. That's where you should be. If you were surrendered to God, you wouldn't be this way this day and the other way the other day. Understand this first and practice first before you ask me about your twin flame and where they are right now. First, practice. Be in union. Be in union. Understand your mind, your own mind, your unsteadiness, and treat that unsteadiness with discipline. Be disciplined. Be disciplined in pointing your mind towards God or towards the highest truth, or whatever you call it. I know some of you might not want the word God, or aren't not in accord with that, but point your mind towards what brings most peace to you, and that is, for me, it's God. So that is where you should be. If you were surrendered to God, you wouldn't be this way this day and this way the other way. Then let's proceed to the next thing. You formulated another question without knowing. So I asked 2 questions actually in one question. When I asked, what is my twin flame doing? I was actually asking 2 questions. So the next one was question 6. What is my twin flame doing now? I want to know so that I know how far it is towards union. So yes, yeah, that sounds like a good question. I told Swami, because he's the one who formulated it then, the second question in one question. So Swami says, you will never be able to conclude out of their behavior. You cannot conclude out of your twin flame's behavior how close you are towards union. It is all within yourself. Union is within yourself, and it concerns only you and God. It is the most intimate relationship that you can have. Union is union with God. Never forget that, and never take off your focus from that. So your focus shall not be being in union with your twin flame, but being in union with God. That comes first. That's what shall be your focus, and that's what means surrendering to God. Being focused towards wanting union with God, towards wanting to realize that God is always there. God is always blessing you. God is always prompting the things that need to be done within you and within your twin flame and then within everybody, because God is everywhere. God is the prompter. God is the actor. Actually, we are just the ones, we're the bodies acting, but the one that's prompting the body is God. So believe that. So union is union with God. Never forget that, and never take off your focus from that. That will lead you to ultimate bliss, and it will also lead you towards union with your twin flame, since you are one with God. So you are one with your twin flame in God. Believe that. But first believe that being in union with God is your primary goal. You have to believe that, guys. Don't take off your focus and look, what are they doing, or when will I be in union? That's not that's not what your focus should be. Your focus should be union with God. That's what brings in your twin flame eventually, if they are your twin flame. So take off completely your focus from your twin flame, since they are the worldly distraction. So your twin flame is your distraction. The body of your twin flame is your distraction. If you focus on them, you're not focused on God, because you will be seeing weird behavior. God doesn't show weird behavior. God is perfect. God knows exactly the timing. God knows exactly the prompting. Everything God knows. And when you look at your twin flame and you see them acting weird, then you're not seeing God at all. You're seeing something worldly, and you're focused on the world, and you should focus on God instead. So if you focus on them, you're not focused on God. If you focus on them, that is here and now. They're acting weird. By the way, you're acting weird too right now, and that will always keep you trapped in believing that they are distant from you. If you focus on them in the world, and if they're not with you, then you're always focusing on separation and that they're distant from you. Leave aside them, focus on God, and you will eventually succeed. Whenever your focus slips, patiently take it and point it back at God. God is your everlasting wish-fulfilling tree. God instantly fulfills your deepest desires. And your deepest desires are your heart desires. And your heart desires to love incessantly. Your love desires, your heart desires to love fully. That's what your heart's deepest desire is. Your deepest desires and your heart's desires are to love incessantly. Your deepest desire is to feel the love within your heart, to feel that your love within you is unsullied and endless. That's your deepest desire, to feel that your love within yourself, who you truly are, is endless, deathless, birthless, everything, always and everywhere. To feel that extinguishes any other wishes, extinguishes other wishes. That one wish, that one desire, that deepest desire to feel the love within your heart, that distinguishes all other wishes. So other wishes are wishes that are directed at the future. So any other wish you have, aside of feeling the love within yourself and feeling what is there right now, is always directed at the future. Turn your desires towards God, towards your heart, and you instantly feel fulfilled because you want to feel fulfilled now. You don't want it just in the future. It's okay if you want it in the future too, but you want it now. You want to feel fulfilled right now. You want to feel love right now. So turn your desires towards God, and you will instantly feel fulfilled because you feel that you are already complete and whole within yourself. Next question. So that was so beautiful. And I was like in the state of bliss as I received this message. So I didn't have another question. Then I sat down and I wanted to start chanting my Gayatri mantra. And all of a sudden I had the 7th question pop in and I wrote it down. So the 7th question is, and the 7th question came. Goody asks, I believe I'm a twin flame with that person, and I believe fully in union in this life. Then Swami says, so, and where's the question then? Okay, he says, but you aren't yet in union, and you want to know when. Even if I told you when, this would not put you to rest. So actually, with telling Swami that I believe I'm a twin flame and I believe in union in this life, I was actually asking him, when is it going to happen? When? Because, that just popped in my head. If I really fully believe I'm a twin flame and I fully believe in union, and I still watch channels like this one here or other channels, there's something still in doubt inside. So then Swami says, even if I told you when this would happen, when union would happen, even if you knew when union would happen, it would not put you to rest. That's why you don't get this information. That's why God doesn't tell you when you're going to be in union, because you'll always be confused because your mind is that way. Your mind is still in a state of confusion. Even if you suggest to me you're convinced of being a twin flame and you believe in this union in this life, let go of these beliefs now. What? I said to Swami. These beliefs bring comfort and calmness to me. So I told Swami, well, if I believe I'm a twin flame, I believe in union in this life, it brings calmness to my mind. And you're telling me to let go of these beliefs? Then Swami says, then why are you asking or even talking about this to me? Why are you watching twin flame channels then if you are so convinced? If you truly and fully were convinced now, no doubt were in your mind, what would be enough for you to rest in peace now? You would stroll along happily and peacefully, knowing that you and your twin flame are one, and it's only a matter of time. So if you really believe in union, if you really believe you're a twin flame, you will not need any confirmation from any videos out there. You would not need to watch any twin flame videos if you were fully convinced. And because you're not fully convinced, let go of those beliefs. Those beliefs are in the way of, believing in God. So you would then feel time is God, and time is bringing you closer and closer. If you're in this feeling and knowing, you would feel so blissful. Any reading would disturb that bliss. So maybe you know that too. If you are already in that knowing that everything is going to happen, readings tend to bring doubts in again because they might not be at the same point as you are right now or anything. So readings shall only be there to bring more belief in God. If you watch twin flame readings, they should really point you towards God, towards surrendering, towards believing in your love with God and being one with God. And that will eventually bring in your twin flame. But it always should be the other way around, not believing in your twin flame, but believing in your God first. So now if these beliefs really bring calm and peace, then you would already be in bliss. Even before union, you would be in bliss if you were deep in believing that's your twin flame, you're going to be in union. But you aren't. You are nagging me with questions. No, actually, you're nagging yourself with questions. So Swami says that you are nagging yourself with these questions because I'm not disturbed at all with your questions. So God is never disturbed at your questions. God's okay with that because God knows your true nature. God knows who you truly are, and God knows about your mind, about the humanness in your mind, and about those distractions that you are, following. God knows about that, and God's not disturbed at that, but you are. So, because these questions aren't bringing pure bliss and peace to your mind, I would recommend letting go of these beliefs and cultivate fully the belief that God is in charge of your whole life journey. God is in charge of the person you think is your twin flame. And God wants you to be fully happy now. God wants only the best for you. God gives you what is best for you. Believe fully in that. Turn your thoughts fully to God. Turn away the focus from your so-called twin flame, what they have done, how awful they have behaved towards you, and trust and believe fully that God is taking care of them to become who they truly are, and so is He taking care of you. Surrender to that belief. So this is the one belief you should surrender to, that God is always by your side. God is always doing what's best for you. God is the one who is prompting people to do things, prompting you, prompting your twin flame. And God is time. God is time. So God is the space in between now and the future as well. God is the past, the present, and the future. God is everything and everywhere, and God will always bring the best into your life. So that's the belief that you should fully surrender. Don't surrender to twin flame beliefs. They're beautiful. You can do that, but only if you also believe that God wants the best for you. So I hope this really helps you. I've surely enjoyed myself today. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.